Okay, still June 7th of 2022. I knew there was a reason why I'm feeling like really crappy today. Like this, you know? Just nervous and trying not to be afraid, people. That's a big one here. And obviously you just seen what now I'm at my table here. I've got all the leather out, and now guess what I got? Look at this. The government served me again today. They're supposed to have court with me on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. And I'm already nervous. Okay, people? I haven't opened it yet. So we'll open it together. I don't know what's in here. You see, that's the thing. I've never done this before, and right? So it's not like I know what to expect. But then, I'm a blind person, so what better example of doing things in the dark? We won't keep this long. I really just trying to stay focused. Oh my God. Did they photocopy everything that I gave them? Or did they send it back to me? What have they done? This is your taxpayers' money, people. Okay? I use 29-cent clips, and they use these. Whew. I don't have a magnifying glass. My big one, I lost it already. I have to find it. Application record. Rule 951A-B-C. So they're trying to throw it out on this rule, I would think. June 9th of 2022, time estimated 1 hour. Application record provided by counsel for the defendants. Okay. Application record index. Notice of application filed May 24th. Who filed an application on May 24th? That's a new date. When I didn't go to the court on May 24th. My YouTube channel was striked at 3:30 in the morning on May 20th. Whoever this Tanya person is, or however you pronounce this name, started working on whatever they're doing on the 20th, and then filed it with the court. I'm pretty sure it was on the 22nd. So I don't know where May 24th comes into the fray, because I just went last Friday, which was what, June 3rd? And that was the last day that I had to have my 5 business days to put in an application response, to which I did. And then what the government received in terms of what I sent to them as evidence, document list, whatever you want to call it, that was mailed on the same day, Friday, June 3rd, I think it was. And today's only Tuesday. So within 2 days, not including the weekend. Okay, because it got put in the mail on Friday. And today is Tuesday. So within 2 business days. But I don't know where the 24th comes in. Affidavit 1 of M. Jeanette McCall, filed. I don't know who Jeanette McCall is. Response to, okay, order made by application draft. And then they throw in their case law to confuse everything, to distract away from the story of Uncle John and his family, his immediate family. SHAMAY, right? Tisha, Sierra, Brooks, Marcaine, Andre, Amari. Now we've got Alea May and Kyrie. If Uncle John was here, he'd be with the family. So they're using a whole bunch of case law, let's count how many, to confuse everything, people. This is what they did to me throughout the whole process, really. Andrew the Dragon kept coming in with his fucking case law. And they'd pick one little paragraph as an excuse to throw everything out. And then accuse me that I had no right to be there. Okay? Before they acknowledge the documents or the evidence or the clues or the allegations or whatever it was. The facts. The facts. Let's count. Oh, they included the Fraser Health Authority, which is a joke. That was kangaroo court with me. Chorney versus Fraser Health Authority. That was just a slam dunk for those you know what's, right? Yeah, it was a joke. So I'm sure they'll have fun with that. Oh, I was going to count them, right? Case law. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're going to bring in 12 different stories. 12, 13. They got 13. Like I said, they're playing a numbers game, right? This is how they represent the public, okay? Just remember that. And then they got some other reference to talk about these case laws before they'll talk about Uncle John. And if they do so, they only do it mockingly. It's like that judge with Andrew. Well, where's John? Do you know where John is? Andrew the Dragon. No, Your Honor. Oh, okay, dismissed. They didn't care what happened to Uncle John, people. Just remember, Uncle John forfeited his superannuation life insurance policy at age 65 just so that what happened to him wouldn't happen. So, in essence, Uncle John, Mr. Bernard, John Duncan, okay, he saved the government whatever that superannuation life insurance policy would have been if he would have kept paying into it and they would have had to pay it out after he died, like they did with Joan. How much did Uncle John save the province of British Columbia, Canada, by forfeiting on that superannuation so that he could be in peace, while the government goes out of their way with 13 case laws and an other source, British Columbia Supreme Court Civil Rules, page 21, I guess, or number 21, I don't know, just to throw out Uncle John in the garbage, man. Literally. Literally, people, so they don't have to go and see what happened to him. So they don't have to acknowledge what happened to him. So they don't have to acknowledge what happened to my family and how it's just an onset of the ongoing targeting of my family, to which I provided proof, which began, well, it was documented in this situation in 2003 through being illegally cut off of social assistance with 5 dependent children. Okay? So I guess by throwing out Uncle John, that gives them permission to continue to target me and my family. Is that it? And for how many years? Considering that I can take it back years and years and years. Okay? So, I'm pretty sure I read the 22nd, but it's saying the 24th here. So this I already have. This is what they sent me initially, I think. They're just resubmitting it. So case law is their evidence to throw out the evidence that I provided. Based on, they're accusing me of not having legal right to represent John or the better interests of him and his family, his immediate family who he resided with. Okay? I don't know if this is a new one or an old one. Obviously, it's very hard for me to see it. I have to admit it is nice, neat, but I'm looking for a date outside of May. Yeah, dated May 20th. Whatever this was dated on May 20th. By Tai-na, by a Tai-na Mason. Okay. So they bring in their lines again. Right? This is twice they've done it in the last week and a half with their case law. It's all my stuff. You see this? They're trying to throw out the whole lawsuit just with Uncle John as they ignore evidence, people. As they ignore evidence, people. And then they mock you with SHAMAY's picture. Because they're ghouls. That's what they like, people. What other reason would it be? I suppose as long as it doesn't happen to them, it doesn't matter. Because it will never happen to them. Because for some reason, they're a ruling class that are abusive. Okay? Yeah. It's my notice of civil claim. This one is with Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. So they got parts of Fraser Health and, right, because they're using Uncle John, a dead man, that is still required to sign certain things in order to close the file, I guess you could say. Right? Because he was so competent when he disappeared that he just thought he'd just leave that shit behind so that government can hang him out to dry. And then they mock SHAMAY again. Okay, I see this as mocking SHAMAY, people. They don't want to even come close to the idea of illegal organ harvesting happening within their public sector when it comes to hospitals and staff and ambulance attendants and those types of things. That only happens in China and nowhere else in the world, except for maybe the United Emirates or someplace like that. Or Israel, maybe. And then I think we're getting into our whole bunch of case law. Of course, they got to throw in the order made by the judge as if he provided a fair judgment. And now we're getting into their case law, I think. So the rest of this is all case law, for the most part. Where's Shamay's picture? I'm sure they'll put it in there again, just to mock Shamay and the rest of her family, as they chop up Uncle John into little pieces to hide the evidence. I don't know if I should cry or if I should get mad. I feel both. And then there's their civil court rules. So that if they can't throw it out with all of that, they're just going to pull one section out of the civil court rule, and they're going to throw it out on that. And I'll be right back to where I started. And this will be my new work area in terms of continuing to document my document list for the next round. Okay? Half of this is their case law. I was going to show you. Half of this is how they're going to base their decision on Uncle John and what happened to him. As he saved that fucking rotten, stinking government, what, $250,000 on a superannuation life insurance policy? The least you think that they could do is thoroughly investigate what happened to him and make the wrong right? You know what I'm saying? And then follow up with what happened to Shamay with that ongoing targeting of my family to where Shamay was murdered, people. And it was covered up so that illegal organ harvesting can happen. So what? When I file my next lawsuit, is that what I write? Is not what I wrote with the one that I have pending in front of the government right now? And I gave citage. I cited Uncle John and his story, and as evidence or document list or whatever, material facts, whatever you want to freaking call them, boo-boo call them, right? Those court cases, and they're taking those court cases that they've done nothing, absolutely nothing about except mock and abuse, play number games, right? For what purpose, people? For what purpose? So that they can go and, when it's election time and, oh, vote for me, I'm for the people? Am I not part of that crowd where my family belongs with the freaking people? Or is it just simply the new freaking Congo? Okay?